Brussels is offering free COVID-19 vaccines to Beijing in order to help it contain a mass outbreak of the illness following its decision to end strict nationwide restrictions. The European Commission confirmed on Tuesday that the proposition was made in recent days by the EU delegation in China.
In view of the COVID situation in China, Commissioner Kyriakides has reached out to her Chinese counterparts to offer the EU's solidarity and support, and this includes public health expertise as well as through variant-adapted EU vaccine donations.
But Beijing is yet to respond to the offer, according to the European Commission. The EU is concerned that the lack of transparency in the country could mean new variants of COVID-19 are not identified quick enough. Some countries have already implemented measures for travellers arriving from China, like mandatory negative tests. Italy, France and Spain will require this from passengers or proof of vaccination. Beijing has described the restrictions as unacceptable and discriminatory. But the analysts say that for measures to be efficient, more coordination is needed. A meeting of EU experts and representatives of the 27 member states took place in Brussels on Tuesday. One of the proposals on the table is to analyse wastewater of planes coming from China to see if it yields new clues about any potentially dangerous variants. A measure already decided by Belgium.
The reason why in Europe we propose to sequence also the variants that arrive from China is the relative intransparency that China exhibits nowadays. They're not submitting really many sequences to the international databases. We are not sure that if a new variant would emerge, that they would immediately put it into the database. And that's pretty awful that we have to think that, because we like to think that the Chinese colleagues are upstanding scientists. But at a certain moment in China, science becomes politics.
But as the EU looks at China for the emergence of new variants, Professor Van Rans says the danger could come from elsewhere, the US, where more variants are already emerging.